Hi, and welcome to episode 4 of the G&G debate. I'm Gary,
Hi, Galina here.
and so how are you, Galina? How was your week since episode
Yeah,
3?
I'm very well. Yeah, I had a good week. Yeah, productive one. Yeah, and you, what about you?
Pretty good. Similar, I think, similar to last week because, obviously due to this situation, we're having very similar weeks. There's not so much we can do, but like yourself, I feel like I've had a really productive week. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to today's debate because today, dun 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 dun, we're going to be talking about is it possible to be unconditionally happy? This is what we got for today. What do you think about, first of all, this topic here,
Yeah,
Galina?
another amazing topic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all,
Hello, Nicola.
I would love to start with what unconditional happy means for me.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, unconditional happiness means that external things doesn't affect you that much, doesn't affect your state of peace, of happiness, and yeah, it's also about your attitude, how you take the outside world, and how
Mm-hmm.
centered you are, and how grateful
Yeah.
you
hmm Yeah, I mean, if I was, yeah, like you just bring out the interesting points there. That if I was thinking if people are feeling unhappy, it will be to do with things like the career they're on right now. Maybe they're not happy in their career, right?
are.
Could be their relationships, could be all these different factors, like you say, with these external factors, right? Nothing that really they can control, but it affects us, right? Affects all of us at some point. All of these things that we can't actually control. Um,
Yeah, I think because first of all, we like different personalities. We need to analyze, we need to understand ourselves, what makes us happy, um,
mhm,
what are hobbies, what we like, what we want from life. And I think somehow we are in control of this because some people they just don't ask themselves the straight question, what does make me happy? And that's why they are just doing things without knowing like why I'm not feeling fulfilled, why it doesn't make me happy, but because they just do things and they are on a path which is not
mhm.
the right path, I think, and they just don't question
Yeah.
themselves.
Mm. And also, I think sometimes we confuse what is happiness. I think sometimes we don't even, some of us don't even know what happiness is. I mean, we can go through periods where, okay, you're working, 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 and you're waiting for that holiday, that 2 week or whatever it is a year that you do, and you go to somewhere sunny and you have that holiday and you picture that as happiness, right?
Yeah.
And you start thinking, when I retire, I'm going to do that permanently because that's when I felt at my happiest moment during the year, right? But
Mm-hmm.
we all know that even people that have gone to live in paradise, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the end, they still not happy long term, right? So it's certainly something more than just thinking that external things are going to make us happy. I think it really does boil down to this, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like in that phrase that happiness is an inside job. I
Yeah,
mean, you can be everywhere in the world and you will still not feel at home. So, yeah, first of all, be at home with yourself. And
yeah, yeah. So really, the control, yeah, from it's really from inside of us, right? Really from inside. That's why I relate to snails. I love snails, because a snail is always at home, no matter where the snail goes. Um, he's at home
yeah,
happily,
it's
right?
amazing.
and it's not in a hurry where it's going. Whatever destination the snail's going to, it's not in a hurry, but it's enjoying the journey to get there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And at any moment, he can be at home. And it kind of looks like a brain. If you think of a snail, the kind of brain-like material. But
Yeah,
um, but yeah, I kind of want to be like a snail. If I'm thinking about an analogy of my life, I'm kind of thinking I want to live like a snail, go at a not necessarily at a slow pace, but particularly enjoy the process of my destination, but always feel comfortable and happy in my own home, which is essentially our minds.
exactly. You need to build your happiness from the resources you have, first of all, and don't just put conditions regarding your happiness on things and events around you, because they will always be challenging. Don't just wait to that car that will make you happy, or that holiday, as you said. If you
Hmm.
will always put these conditions around you and build conditions, it's not actually a true happiness. It's an illusion of happiness, I think.
But I think you said it correctly that we're not really aware of this at all. And like you said, we don't actually ask ourselves those questions, those really important questions of, yeah, why aren't we happy? You know, and
Yeah.
what makes us happy? We don't really ask those questions to ourselves habitually, right? Which is an important factor. But when we come down to it, we have so much power, so much control in all of this, in our own happiness. And
Mhm.
I think we overcomplicate it. We complicate this so much. Um, and it's not complicated at all because simply you can choose always to be happy or not happy. And you make a choice every day, right?
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, well, we all, like human beings, we all have flaws of different kind of emotions. You can't just be smiley and happy 24 hours, or,
Hmm.
I mean, you will always have these flaws, because, of course, of events happening around us and other people which can affect us as well. But what we can do is just choose our attitude to things and the way we look at things.
Right.
Yeah, control. I mean, be in control of your own happiness.
So ultimately, do you think it is possible to be unconditionally happy permanently? Or do you think we're just going to always go up and
Yeah,
down,
first of
flipping and
all,
flipping?
yeah, I don't believe in this notion of being permanently happy. I don't think it's possible. That's why we are human beings. That's why we have all these kind of emotions
Hmm.
existing. You cannot be just smiling happy. It's not possible. You can be the most, I don't know, wise, spiritual person in the world, but
Right.
that's the nature. This is the human nature. That's why we have sadness. That's why our eyes are built in that way that we can cry. Um, that's why we have anger. We have different emotions because that's their purpose to have them. And yeah, same as
Yeah.
you won't see a star if it will not be in the dark. Exactly. So if you won't know what sadness means, you will not know what happiness means.
I mean, just from personal experience and books I've read and things like this thing, what I found in recent years is the best way to try and feel more comfortable in your own skin, in your own body, is the practice of detachment, feeling detaching from those emotions, right? Because, yes, like you say, we can go through periods of feeling sad, angry, we can have all these things. But we know these emotions aren't really us. We know we're truly something else. We are fundamentally love consciousness, and that's who we are. But all these other external factors affect that love. And that is that's our job. Like you say, this in this life, our job is to try and um, to form a relationship with these emotions, these external factors, but not to become them. Right? It's forming a relationship with them,
Exactly.
dealing with them, detaching from them.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like having a choice, like um, dissolving yourself in these emotions, or just being aware and conscious and just
mhm.
watch them. Or
Yeah, exactly. And that is, in my case, from my personal experience, has been the most difficult. It's a difficult process you have to go through in order to get to the point where you're able to detach from those emotions, right? Not ignore them, but be able to identify with them and learn from them because they're teaching you. They're always teaching you something
yeah,
so that you can get to that point of unconditional happiness, which it will, you will get to that point if you keep working on yourself. You will get to that point, right?
it's also a matter of what conversation we have with ourselves daily.
Hmm.
Yeah, how maybe, well, you have something happening in your life, but if you will constantly talk negative to yourself, maybe it's not that bad, but you will take this in such a horrible way that it will make you very stressed and depressed just because the way you talk to yourself.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So ultimately, if I was answering this question, is it possible, to be unconditionally happy? Then we have to say, in my case, I say yes, it is possible, but you need to work towards that, right? And it's all, the decision is always on you. You are always in the power, in control of that. And on a daily basis, you need to, um, yeah, to work on yourself and ask the simple question: do you want to be happy? And if the answer is yes, then don't break the promise to yourself. Always keep that promise to yourself, no matter what happens in your life, whether you lose your job, all these sort of factors, right? I'm not saying not to be sad and go through emotions for losing your job. It's okay, of course. It's always okay to be sad or angry, but don't become those emotions and detach from them and learn from them and grow. And with that time, you will find that enlightenment that we're all looking for. We're all looking for this unconditional happiness. It's possible, but we need to work for it, right?
Exactly. And yeah, I like that phrase that we are responsible for our happiness. There is no one responsible, and there
Yeah,
are any things, people, or events outside on which we can always put the blame that, yeah, I had a bad day, I'm not in a good mood today, I'm not happy. Because, first of all, we are in control of our mind,
yeah,
mindset, of our emotions, and that's what makes us so powerful, right?
yeah,
Because
absolutely.
when you put responsibility on everything around you and people around you, you just become powerless. And when
Mhm.
you put responsibility for your happiness on yourself, you're the most
Mhm.
powerful man in the world.
Yeah. And I just want to finish with my phrase. I always say our mind is our home and we need to own it. And that's our job. Our job is to make sure we keep a nice, clean, organized home, right? And treat it with love and decorate it just as we treat our own home. Um, do you have anything else to say on this debate?
No, just, yeah, I wish to everyone, yeah, to just understand how powerful they are.
Yeah,
And yeah, they just can be in control of their own lives and happiness.
yeah. Before we go, I just want to read the comment from Nicolette came in. She said she agree with you, Galena,
Oh, great.
earlier. And she
We
also
like
says,
it. Thank you.
she also says we should make our life to feel we are always home because home comes from within. Nicolette says, so true, Nicolette. Absolutely, I absolutely agree with you. Amazing. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for catching episode 4 of the G&G debate. You can catch me, of course, here on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. Galina Matveyev. Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in live. If you tuned in live, or if you're catching this on replay, just comment down below replay, and please share us your opinions on the topic. Of course, today's topic is about is it possible to have unconditional happiness? I would love to hear what you guys think, and yeah, we will see you, of course, next week for episode 5. Wish you a fantastic week, and goodbye.
Have a guys a good week. Thank you for watching us. Bye.
Thank you. Be well. Bye.